You're listening to the official Audio Heavy podcast. This is The Anvil.
Why am I saying that? Why am I singing that? Oh, right, because you jerks reminded me.
Right. No, that's like we're reminding everyone out there about the sensibilities of, I don't know.
But, you gotta admit, that's a pretty catchy song.
It is. I love dancing it.
Well, really?
Yeah.
Even the dance is catchy itself.
It's the what they call the horseback riding type of dance.
Wait, what's that?
There's a name for that?
Yeah, they do have a name for them. Like
A horseback riding dance?
Horse
That sounds
riding.
dirty.
it may sound dirty, but that's what I mean. You look at the the Gangnam Style dance, and it does look like somebody
It's
riding a
not
horse.
Gundam.
I didn't say Gangnam. I said it's
Regina 1, Kurt 0.
Gangnam. Gangnam.
All right, let's stop talking about Korean stuff.
Yes, please.
Hey,
I mean, to begin with,
don't be racist.
yeah, I know. Why am I? See, I'm starting to sound black.
Hey, okay.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Hey guys, what's up? You're listening to episode 9 of The Anvil, and you'll probably hearing this on DIGRadio.ph.
Yes, you got that right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. They call me the virus. My name is Cyrus.
I am Kurt Demented.
And I'm Regina.
And this is the podcast for music fans with short attention span. What's up? We're serving up a pretty heavy playlist for this episode. You're going to find out soon enough. And we actually have a new segment.
Yes, we do. And
I'm excited.
I am too. I just want to see like how well this will turn out. This particular segment it was like I'd say one of those things that you just thought of one night, and well, I was talking to it started off this way. I was talking to two of my closest friends, and we just thought of some random topic, and it just sort of like continued in a very, very well
Fashionable way? No,
yes.
not really.
Well, you could say that.
In a very, very consistent way. It continued in a very consistent way. And we're going to hear the product of that conversation in just a bit.
Yeah. I can't wait. It's the first time I heard of it, and yeah.
And no, we didn't really plan on this really well, but
We're going to give it a shot.
exactly. And yeah, as Sai said earlier, we'll be serving up a very heavy playlist to date, I'd say.
Yep. Today, this is going to be the heaviest episode in terms of the playlist. So let's get this ball rolling for the first time on DIGRadio.ph. This is The Anvil, and we're kicking things off with music from Time's new romance. This one is called Salt Lake City. You're listening to The Anvil, exclusive to DIGRadio.ph. Oh yeah!
Fancy.
All right, here we go, guys.
And that was our first song for this episode of the Anvil. That was Time's New Romance with something called Salt Lake City. Time's New Romance is actually an offshoot of a band that was formed earlier than it. Some of the members, or what I'm trying to say is some of the members of Time's New Romance came from this other band called Farcaster. Watched them once, tried to get them for audio heavy gigs, never materialized, but I still try to bug them every once in a while. But now, since it's Time's New Romance, I think, they're the ones to contact.
And speaking of audio heavy gigs, looks like we got one coming up pretty this month, actually. I'd say in around 2 weeks. Is that right, Si?
More or less a week from now. A little bit. Actually, this week. Because it's September 10, 2012.
That's right. That's 6 days away.
Yeah, because, it's 6 days away. And I'm actually really, really, really nervous for it. Like, really nervous. Because it's a free gig. It's actually a free gig, and it's going to happen at Black King's Bar, West Avenue, Quezon City. This one is called Call to Arms, and this is an advocacy gig for what?
Wait, Regina's trying to make a point here.
It's the 6th right now.
Yes, it is the 6th right now, but technically speaking, people are going to hear this for the first time on September 10th. So yeah, you just gave away our secret, Regina.
So yes, we are in the future.
Congratulations.
Oh, what was that?
So anyway, this advocacy gig for OPM is going to happen on September 16, 2012 at Black King's Bar, West Avenue, Quezon City. It's a Sunday. And hey, this is a free gig. I'm going to get that out of the way. It's a free gig.
Yeah,
so there's no reason for you to not come.
We've got a lot of bands lined up that day as well, haven't we?
Yep. We have Peso Movement. This is a band consisted of Jap Serio, Francis Bru Reyes, Kurt Floresca, and Maki Maraventa.
Woo!
We also have Even, Metal Balls, Segatron, Exilians playing.
Yes. Yes.
Penguin, Save Me Hollywood, Faint Light, Carlos Castaño, Inday Bote, Candy Candy, Deja Vu, Pocket Full of, Audat Jupe, The Naked Lights, The Squibs, Juniper, Face the Corner, and of course, the finest rock and roll band in the land, Sweet Tone Definition.
You give that band too much credit, my friend.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, guys.
You guys better show up, huh?
Yes, no problem. We'll be there. We'll be there.
No problem.
Why do I sound Russian all of a sudden?
No, you sound Indian. There we go again with racist comments. We're just having fun. We're not racist. We love you, other races and colors.
Regina 1, Cyrus 1, Kurt 0.
Oh yes.
Great. So I'm in the running, aren't I?
So
anyway,
going back to the event, it's going to be one hell of a night. So you better go.
Yeah, guys, we better see you.
Entrance is absolutely free. Black Ink's Bar, West Avenue, Quezon City. Audio Heavy Productions presents A Call to Arms.
And we will make space for you guys, regardless of how small the not how small the venue is, but how many people will arrive. We will make space for everyone, including the bands, including the audience. So, guys, let's do this. This is, I guess, a child.
What? A child?
Oh no.
No. Okay. Help me out here. Like Brainchild or something like that. Like,
huh?
Kurt, stop. Just stop.
No, this is a concept that we came up with a few weeks ago. If that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah. It is a concept. Well, child. What was I thinking? All right. Anyway.
Having said that, earlier we told you that we are going to introduce a new segment on the Anvil. Just so do a little something more other than playing music. Because let's face it, it's fun, but we're going to try to add a bit more fun.
Yeah.
Not to discredit the music, because that's the focal point of the show. But we just figured, why don't we try something new? Having said that, this is it.
Guys, we'd like to introduce to you a special guest for tonight. Would you like to say hi?
Hey.
A little louder for the audience out there.
Hey.
Okay, if you guys can hear that.
Hello.
Who we have here.
Hey.
Well, we like to call him Sef, but he goes with an extra adjective before that. But we'll tell that later. Anyway, so Sef here is gonna be our guest, and we're gonna be talking about, he'll be here in our segment episodes now and then, and we'll ask him a few, just everyday topics, I guess. So, Seth,
Feel?
we kind of decided this beforehand, but we wanted to ask you about. Okay, everybody knows about.
What is it?
Everybody has this almost every day.
Yeah.
We're gonna ask you about a little bit about coffee. So,
Your favorite. So what's your favorite kind of coffee?
Well, I usually go for the dark Americano or mocha. Oh, sweet mocha on a nice rainy, wet afternoon.
Of course, everybody likes sweet mocha.
Nice,
rainy, wet afternoon.
sweet, hot flavor.
okay. So, wow. All right. So, if you guys didn't hear that, that's sweet mocha on a nice rainy, wet afternoon. What was your four
Yes.
particular words to describe coffee, Seth?
Nice, sweet, hot, and flavor.
I see. Very nice, very nice. So, okay. Everybody drinks their Americanos, their mochas, their lattes, but there's got to be one particular coffee out there that really like hits home for you, that you really enjoy a lot. What particular coffee is that?
Well, recently the coffee that has been playing around in my mouth is the dirty chai.
I'm sorry.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you just say? Dirty chai?
I know what you're thinking. Must be a dirty drink. It's actually not at all. It's a simple cafe drink which consists of a shot of espresso with some steamed milk and with some chai to fix it all together.
Oh snap!
Wow.
That's whoa.
Really? That's an actual drink?
it sounds mighty good if you ask me. I mean, it's like it's tea and milk, apparently all mixed up together in some great sort of gosh darn it. I know there's a word out there, but it's just like, it's when
Well, chai is literally an Arabic sensation.
Ooh. It's an Arabic sensation. Something tells me that. Okay. I'm at a loss for words.
he is a loss of words, but I guess I guess guys, if you ever find a dirty chai, you should go ahead and try it. So, Seth,
Sip the hell out of it.
yes. So you
My
definitely
pleasure.
should sip the hell out of a dirty chai one day. I mean, okay. Anyway, looks like we're kind of running out of time. So, what's your any last words, Seth?
Next time you come around your coffee shop, don't forget to grab a cup of dirty chai.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the debut of Sensual Sef on the Anvil. You're going to be hearing more from him from here on out, so it's going to be very interesting. Thank you very much, Sensual Sef.
Oh yeah.
God, dirty chai. But you gotta admit, it's pretty informative.
Oh yeah, I'd like to try that concoction.
Oh! Sweet Jesus.
Okay, we're getting a little carried away. Next up,
This is going to be really, really interesting from here on out. We have Regina, we have Kurt Dementa, you have me, and then we have Sensual Sef. Disturbing the peace in your imaginations. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to play our second song for this episode of The Anvil, coming in from a band from San Pedro, Laguna. Give a listen to Dying Manifesto. Here's Armada. And you're listening to the podcast for music fans with short attention span. This is The Anvil, exclusive to DIGRadio.ph.
That we never had. Reaching for the thoughts that we
You just heard music from Dying Manifesto. That one is called Armada. And you're still listening to the podcast for music fans with short attention spans. This is the Anvil. You still got the virus with you. My name is Cyrus.
And I'm still here, Current Demented, and we still have...
And I am Regina.
She's got to have flair with how she introduces herself.
Yeah. Always. For more information about Dying Manifesto, you can check out their Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Dying Manifesto. Very, very hard-working band from San Pedro, Laguna. All right, I think that about does it for our episode. This is our debut episode on DIGRadio.ph, and man, we were nervous.
Yeah, I could feel this sort of like, I don't know, I felt a bit nervous about the fact that we're actually like going out of our way and actually, this is going to go to Dig Radio and then we're going to be heard by quite an even wider audience. So, yeah, it tingles the soul somehow,
Oh my gosh, Paolo.
For some reason, when you say tingle, it sounds wrong.
Let's have Seth try and say that next week, and let's see how we feel.
Sensational Sef.
Sensational Sef, bringing you topics that you wouldn't think were sensual.
Isn't it sensual?
Oh, oops.
I said sensual.
You said sensational.
No, I said.
No, I said.
She said sensational.
That proves to
Sensual.
show that I am not paying attention.
Are we all?
Anyway, yes, we are very excited that we are part now of Dig Radio. I, for one, am very, since it's my first time ever being part of anything radioed-ish.
Radioed-ish.
We're all stoked, that's for sure. We're really, really, really stoked.
Yeah, but guys, if you want to know even a better way to get everyone else stoked, start sending your demos once and again so we can put it right here on this podcast.
Exactly, the email that will bring your songs from your hard drive to our podcast, audioheavyproductions@gmail.com. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you'll have the chance to be featured right here in this podcast, which is obviously going live on Dig Radio.
Having said that, I think it's about time for us to end our 9th episode. Thank you very much for listening. We're closing things off with a song from Intolerant. This is our way of sending our respects to probably one of the best metal acts of the past decade.
Yep, and we are saluting you guys.
Thank you very much for 6
you.
years of motherfucking awesome music. There, I said it.
Yes.
I said it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Reg is just like, oh, okay.
Whatever.
Anyway, so I hope you guys have a good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. This has been Kurt Demented with
Regina.
And of course, they call me the virus. My name is Cyrus. Here is Intolerant, taken from the album Reasons for Unrest.
All right, guys. See ya.
This one is called God of War from Intolerance.
Don't alright to praise all men as well. To glorify the vow. The scene begins to show. And God is set with light. Now it's time to die. To praise all men as well. To purify and fill. The scene begins to show.
You just heard the Anvil, the official audio heavy podcast.